Shout out to One Lad Ben, my friend Barry, for asking about my unconventional chord voicings. So I thought I would do a short video and demonstrate some of those and explain what I'm doing. First off, I tune down from A440 a half step, so I'm a half step lower than normal. And then I do a drop D. For the low E, I drop it down to D, and that way I can get that low bass note on Ds, which are very common in all the cover tunes I do. And I do it mostly because I've got this little thunder pickup, which gets the bass note for the lowest note that you play, and it works really well on the two lowest strings, and it'll grab the lowest note that you play, and it works really well with this in drop D. So I've adjusted my playing to just play everything in drop D, which changes your fingerings. For a lot of chords like an E now, you have to hit that, so the fingering is like that instead of the conventional F. You have to mute the D string to make that sound, so it's a little tough to get used to. There's variations of that, or you can bar it, where you bar the whole fret. G, you would play then on the 5th fret, with the rest of the strings open, and I mute the A string, or you can G7, like that, or and by tuning down to drop D, I found it opened the door for a lot of other things where I could play two parts. I also use these Kaiser Capos, and they're called K-levers. They're no longer available, and they're pretty hard to find, but they're a partial capo, and they have this lever that hits a plunger, so you can push the string that's open and you can fret it. This particular one is called a double drop D, and it leaves the 6th string and the 1st string open. So if I put this, because I'm in drop D as it is, I can put that on the 2nd fret, and it's leaving that E string open and the D string open. So if I play a C position, it leaves that open D string. That would be the full chord with the high E. The lever hits the string, frets it so you can get like a D position and hit that low note. And I use this on Sister Golden Hair so I can catch both parts. There's a slide part that's kind of important to the song, so I wanted to be able to play both. So what I do is I fret the full strings on the 2nd fret, slide this double drop D capo up to the 4th. Okay, so I'm doing an A minor position and then an F position, and then that C with the open D string. So I get the bass note, and then this lets me catch I can stretch and finger with the 4th finger with the pinky and get a little bit of the feel for the slide guitar. Goo Goo Dolls use a lot of different tunings, and I want to play some of their songs, but I don't want to retune my guitar every time, so I'm using these partial capos, and this is another one from Kaiser, and it's called Open G. It leaves the lowest two strings open with the lever, so you can hit this plunger to fret the strings. And this is a good one for Name by the Goo Goo Dolls. When I'm in DropD, and so I've got this open. That's what it sounds like, just all the open strings with a DropD in otherwise standard tuning. And this one, you can get close to the way that they play it, I think, in the alternate tuning that they use. I also use this capo to play Tom Petty, Listen to Her Heart. I wanted to be able to play the lead, so I needed a different position so I could have the A kind of open during the lead. So that one, and then you can also catch the bass part. It's a lot easier to play with this capo now. Then you have to also, the other chords is like an F position. And then to get the D, you have to hit the plunger. And the solo, you can play by just the open A and get the I'm also using some custom cut capos that I just hacksawed myself. This is just a normal Kaiser capo. This one's for 12 string, but I just hacksawed the end off so I could leave the high E string open, and I use that for a few songs on the 2nd fret with my open D, drop D tuning. So that sounds like that. It's leaving this high E string open. So I can do something like The Cure, and I can play both parts. Now with the open D, it gives me a lot more ability to catch these parts. So G is played like that, and I can do that. And I have another cut capo, same Kaiser capo, full capo that I cut so I can leave the high E and B string open. So it just covers the first 4 strings. And put that on the 2nd fret. And that's what that sounds like. I use this one for Tom Petty. You don't know how it feels. I know he doesn't use this, but I just like the voicings better. I can do the intro. That chord just is like an A minor slid up. And I'm just playing like a D position. And leaving that open. So the middle section, I play it like this. I can get some of those other embellishments, another one, I use the one that just covers the top 5 strings for Jenny Jenny, the Tommy Two-Tone song. And you've got that intro that starts out with the... And then that kicks in, but there's still a feel of that going on, and by having this open E string and the drop D tuning, I can kind of get that feel with the